Yeah, and how long are you here for?
Just for the day.
Just for they heading
Yeah.
back? Cool, cool.
Yeah, I've got two little kids, so I don't.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
quick. I'm in and out most of the time.
Yeah, yeah. And so how do you, as an entrepreneur, how do you manage your time with two kids, business,
It's,
conference?
I think it's really important. You have to prioritize, right? And there's no such thing as perfect balance to me, right? You have to do your best to show up in all the places that you said you're going to show up
Mhm,
the best way that you know how. So
mhm,
I uh I, I do my best to live up to my commitments.
mhm.
My family being the first commitment, right? And then from there, anything in business
Yeah,
really being prioritized in a way where I study
yeah,
in advance,
yeah.
and then I go and put my best foot forward.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think for people that want to be high achievers, there's no balance, right? And I think
Yeah,
everything is comes in rhythms and seasons. Like this season maybe business, this season maybe my health.
exactly. And sometimes those seasons are in the same day, right? Like
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes you're moving in and out of different seasons. I mean, in a very short time span, and that's okay,
yeah.
right? Again, I think it's more important to be focused on, am I doing the things that I said I was going to do
Mm,
the way that I said I was going to do them?
mm,
And if that's the case, then really you'll end up getting to the place that you want to be. It's when that's out of sync, I think, is when people start to
yeah.
feel like things are not going the way
Yeah,
they want.
yeah. Talk to us about the Gathering Spot. You're the owner of the Gathering Spot. What is it specifically for people that don't know what it is?
Gathering Spot is a membership community based in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
We gather people together through dining, through experiences, and through work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the easiest way to understand it is that we're connecting folks. The youngest member is 21, oldest is 93,
Wow.
right? And so my job every single day is to try to connect folks that ordinarily wouldn't have met.
Mm.
It's been like 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So really humbling journey, and we've expanded out of Atlanta to DC and to Los Angeles. And we have membership communities in a number of other cities, but it's all about people really at the
Mm.
end of the day at TGS.
What part of LA?
Right on West Adams, right? So West Adams neighborhood between Culver City and downtown, where
Yeah.
is
I
where
think I
that club
think
is.
I've been there recently.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie because
Good.
my father-in-law he has a membership, so it's like a restaurant, and on the
Yeah.
second floor it's a
From the
workspace.
basement, yeah, it's Gathering
I
Spot.
think okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Gathering Spot.
Let me ask you this, man. What's one moment in your journey as an entrepreneur that changed the way you do business?
Um, uh, I don't want to sound cliche in this, right? But I think for a lot of business owners, COVID was a
Mm,
very specific time when I don't know if it changed the way that I approach business, but it really put a big line of distinction between why I'm doing the work
yeah,
and what I'm doing.
yeah.
I've always known that our why is about connecting people, but what,
Mm,
right, had to change in that setting. And it takes sometimes a pandemic, it takes a massive change for you to really understand or analyze, am I doing the thing
right.
the way that I intended to do it?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm proud of how we were able to not only just survive that time period, but really thrive. But um, what and why, right? And although why has always been
Mm-hmm.
kind of the same, what shifted in a meaningful way during that time period, which I I'm grateful in some ways that we had to have that moment as a business.
Mm-hmm.
It put us on a good foundation for it.
That's good. So let me ask you this, man. You got the Gathering Spot, Atlanta, LA, two kids, this conference, good soil, a lot going on.
Yeah.
How do you keep your cup filled as a man, as an entrepreneur? What do you do?
I try to stay rooted with good people, right? And look, I don't take, frankly, the opportunity to do all of those things for granted.
Mm,
I prayed about all of that stuff at one point in my life, right?
mm,
To have a family, to have a business, to be able to attend conferences like this. And so the fact that I now have the chance to do that,
mm.
I try to keep perspective that like that's a positive thing, not a negative.
Yeah.
Is there some stress that comes with it? Sure, right? But at the end of the day, I'm living in my assignment and in purpose. And so I try to keep that
Mm-hmm.
perspective more than anything else. And then there's some practical stuff, right? I run and go to the gym. I spend time with my kids, right? Like those are the things that like help to really drive those things home. But I try to be excited about the fact that I have things to be excited about,
For
which is
It's beautiful.
easy to forget sometimes, but really at the end of the day, I mean, a lot of us, when we're starting something, you got to tap back into the original reason why you wanted to do it.
Yeah. I think
and live there.
Not to cut you off. That's interesting because like you can get caught up in the day to day, getting caught up on the flights and whatnot and traveling, that you forget that you're in your purpose and you're doing what you prayed about doing.
At one point you set out to do this and you're doing it. So you should be proud of that, right? And you should acknowledge that, again, not everything about that thing is perfect, right? But like you're doing it. And like there's something, it just as simple as that is, there's something to that. And when it gets tough, go back to that, right? Because in many ways the game is designed to try to take that feeling away from you. To the extent that you can stay grounded there, to me, that's where I think that you're going to continue to find success.
Any thoughts about opening up a location in Dallas?
I'm not mad at Dallas. Actually, I've got a lot of friends here, and we've taken some real estate tours here. I like this city in the long run, and our map in terms of the cities that we're looking at is wide, right? But our business is about relationships, right? So we're going to continue to come here as often as we can, build meaningful relationships. And then over time, if the real estate component makes sense, we'll do it.
Okay, cool. Where can people find you if they want to reach out to you or if they have more questions or interested in the Gathering Spot?
You can find us online at thegatheringspot.club, on every social media at The Gathering Spot. I'm there too, Spot on RW. And we would love to connect. I mean, our business is about connection. So if you want to connect with us, again, in any of the places that we are across the country, please do.
Beautiful, beautiful. This is Chris on Latin Wealth. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.